Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Holy fucking shit, I'm back from the dead. I'm back from the fucking dead! Well, I was, briefly, last month. Briefly back from the dead last month. Then died again. Then came back. Yes, hello, my name is ZalotAngel. Welcome back to a quote-unquote speedrun video. I still don't know whether to call this a speedrun video or not. I don't have a fucking clue. Yeah, there is not that much to talk about today. 22 minutes. I want to save most of it for vlog because I have a lot to talk about. Mostly because, if you may have noticed over the past month or two, my content has been rather slow. And that's what the vlog is going to be about. Yes. And of course, yes, another speed drawing. This is another commission. Another commission. By Funky Gamer again. I love the fact that this guy keeps commissioning me. Thank you. Thank you, mate. I always appreciate that. Still trying to get more publicity. If anybody out there wants commissions done, I'm your man. I'm your guy. Spread the word. I do artwork for free. No charge. No charge. There is a FAQ and all that in the fucking description. I put in every one of these for you to read, just to get up to date on all that, of course. But yeah, thanks for commissioning me again, mate. This was actually a lot of fun to draw. I'm not one to draw backgrounds, as you may know. I don't usually draw backgrounds. With my drawings, it's just, I'm not experienced enough with backgrounds, but I'm actually pleasantly fucking surprised at how this turned out. Yes, and I did two versions of this. I did well, obviously, the one that you're going to see is censored. I did an uncensored version. I don't think I can show that. I might be able to if I censor it, but I don't know. Yeah, so I do. Yes, I do that kind of drawing artwork. Yes, as well. As I do have a fair amount of things to talk about in the next 22 minutes. Just want to get this out of the way first of all. Yes, I know my uploads have been rather slow the past 2 months. I do apologize for that. I just haven't been feeling any spark lately. You know what I mean? Like spark for YouTube and shit. I've just not been feeling that much of a spark towards it, which has been, it's just made it very difficult to get back into this. I will start making vlogs a bit more often. Starting, I think, next Sunday, I'll be making a vlog maybe once a week or once every 2 weeks, kind of keeping people updated, just because they're kind of fun to do. I've done a couple. I think I've done 2. Yeah, this year's almost over and I've done 2. I definitely kept up with that, didn't I? Fuck me. But I think I do actually have a fair amount of fucking videos to make tomorrow. I do have another unboxing to do tomorrow, because I got the fucking loot crate to do tomorrow. I hadn't had time to get that done. I've had this to work on, and I've had other things to do. So, yeah, I'll be getting that done tomorrow. But if I have time, which I might do, I might get the vlog done tomorrow and count that as, well, today's, like Sundays. And then I think I'll get the one done next Sunday. But I'll have a much more detailed explanation in those as to why everything has been rather slow lately. Because let's be completely honest here, my content has been really fucking slow lately. Yeah, I apologize for that. It's just not enough. Not the spark's gone. The all spark's gone. Don't know why. But yeah, there's that. I will update everything in the vlog. I'll explain everything in that, because I don't think this is the video for that. This really isn't. It really isn't. Because what have I got to do? I got Purina Party to fucking finish. Yeah, I managed to get the rest of that uploaded. Well, the ones that I had left over from last recording session about a month or 2 ago. I got the rest of them up. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to playing the rest of that, because I haven't had a good laugh because of a game in a while, and that has certainly been helping with that specific department. Yeah. Fucking hell, we're already 5 minutes in. We've got 22. Fucking hell. But what else? Yeah, artwork. That was another thing I wanted to kind of talk about. Was again, this will be a thing that I'll be going into more detail in the vlog tomorrow. But I can briefly go over it now. Basically, once a week now, I'm going to be doing a new series because I've been thinking for a while now of new series to make. I already have a couple in mind. So that's kind of been what I've been doing, is procrastinating a lot. Um, but I kind of thought about doing somewhat of a kind of art series once a week, not every couple of days or every single day, more like once a week. Because I noticed with these speed drawings, quote unquote, it's very difficult to find specific topics to talk about because, I mean, what you're seeing right now, that is sped up. This is sped up by, what is it, 1,900%? Yeah, it's 19 times faster than normal speed, so it's very difficult to find specific topics to talk about with artwork when what you're looking at the screen right now and it's going literally ridiculously fucking fast. That it's difficult to keep up with all of it. Yeah, but I thought about starting much more of a kind of proper art series once a week, I think every Monday, if I can get it done, which does mean I'm gonna be absolutely fucking busy tomorrow. I have a vlog to make tomorrow, I have a unboxing video tomorrow, and I have a fucking art video to do tomorrow. I have a lot of fucking content to make tomorrow. But yeah, like, and as well, don't worry, I haven't stopped playing Purina Party. I will be resuming that. Don't just think I've stopped. I haven't stopped. It's just, as I said, Lost Spark vlog coming tomorrow, explain everything. Okay, I've got that out of the way. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That'll explain everything. It's honestly very difficult to find stuff to talk about in these sort of fucking videos. Because, I could just overlay music. You know, I could just do the typical YouTube thing, overlay some fucking, like, royalty-free music, or if you want to be rebellious, copyrighted music, and just fucking let it ride. But I think that's one of the reasons why I've been thinking about wanting to do this art series is mostly when you look on YouTube for art videos per se, you come across a lot of speed drawings. You come across a lot of people who do speed drawings, and it's obviously it's a drawing they've done and they've just sped it up by however fucking long. And as nice as some of the artwork is, and as like some of it is obviously very nice, some of it is incredible, you know, props to the people who do like really amazing art. Well, props to people who can do artwork in general, you know. But the one thing I would have liked to appreciate more of is maybe the artist kind of talking about the process of it, like the process of drawing it, how they did this, how they did that, you know, that sort of thing. Like, how did you shade this part of the skin, or how did you shade the hair like that, you know? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have those sort of questions when they see videos like that. And that's kind of fucking hell, that's kind of why I kind of started. That's why when I do these videos, I started with commentary rather than just overlay music. Because I like to explain shit. I like to explain my process. I want to pass on what I know about artwork onto all of you. Because I think that's more beneficial than you just sitting watching me speed up a clip of a drawing that I already did. Well, to be honest, that's what Picato's for, to be honest, if you want to plug myself again. I'm going to plug myself again. If you want to see me live stream my drawings or live stream me fucking drawing, I don't do it on Twitch, because Twitch very restrictive on the things that you can and can't draw. Picato isn't. So, yeah. I'm going to self-plug myself there. But yeah, so that's kind of the reason why I wanted to start that art series, is kind of talking people through it. Not in the sense of, as you would say, a tutorial. No, they're not going to be tutorials. They're not going to be like, here's how you draw an eye. Here's how you draw hair. Here's how you color hair. Here's how, you know, that sort of bollocks. You know, it's not going to be any of that. It's not going to be tutorials. None of them are going to be tutorials. I don't know, that's probably like, oh, you're being pretentious about it. No, I'm not, because the idea is like you can sit down with tutorials, read up tutorials, watch tutorials, whatever, but actually not doing anything, that's not helping. Like, you actually have to do it when it comes to art. So yeah, they're not going to be fucking tutorials. They're going to be more like, I'm going to tell you about this and that, hopefully that helps. Hopefully they help. Whatever the things I have to say help, and potentially, hopefully, help you get better. And that's basically it, really. It's going to just be talking about the fundamental aspects. I mean, the first fucking video I'm going to make on it, like, tomorrow, is just going to be how to draw. It's literally, like, the title of the video is just going to be how to fucking draw. And I know that sounds rather retarded. Just like, oh, how to draw. It's like, yeah. Probably shouldn't have said that, but fuck it. I know that sounds really fucking silly of just like, oh, I'm going to make a video on how to draw. It's like, isn't it fucking easy? Well, to be honest, there's a lot that goes into it. Again, that's not me just saying it. It really is a lot that goes into it. There's actually a lot that goes into it because there's two different aspects to it. Now, I'll briefly go over this, like, for the pilot episode. Is like, there's two different aspects when it comes to it. When it comes to, like, starting drawing in general, and there's two ideas you can look from. Is you're either drawing from the things that you see, or you're drawing from your own imagination. And I think anybody can tell you that drawing from your imagination is increasingly difficult than drawing the things that you can actually see. And I will be briefly going over that more. Like, that'll be the prime topic of it. And to go over it kind of briefly, to give you a general idea, it's more like when you're drawing from your imagination, like, if you think of an idea for a drawing, it's never going to look how you expect it to when you actually put it down on paper. I mean, even this, like, when I was drawing this for Nico, I had this original idea in my head of how I was going to draw his character. And, like, how the background was going to look, how the shading was going to look, all the detail, and, you know, all that shit. And obviously, it didn't turn out exactly as I had pictured it would. But that may sound like a downer. That may sound like a bad thing, but it's like, well, not really, because it went from what I had envisioned to, when you see the end of the video, to what it looks like now. Well, when you get to end of video, that's what it will look like. And it went from what I originally thought to the way it looks now. And that's kind of the other side of it, is it might not turn out the way you envision it to, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. Because when you do a drawing, it's gonna change. It's gonna change as you progress through the artwork. I mean, the amount of times that's happened to me in the middle of a drawing, like, I look at the shading, I look at the coloring, I look at all that bollocks, and I'm just like, that looks good. But what if I tweak it a little bit? What if I add a little bit of contrast? What if I add a little bit of luminosity or a little bit of brightness? You know what I mean? It's like, first world fucking problems as an artist is we can't stop fucking with it. You know, once we start with something, we just can't stop, you know, fucking with it. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the problem. That can be a problem, you know, constantly, like, tweaking it every time. But that's also a good thing, because that leads to it changing. It leads it to change over time, which it will. So even if it may not turn out exactly as you imagine it to, that doesn't mean that that's a bad thing. It just means that it's gonna change and develop as you progress through the drawing. Which, as I said, is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm fucking repeating myself. Stop it. But yeah. So that's just a very, very basic summary, shall we say? That's just a very basic summary of what I'm going to talk about. Just something very simple, because I don't want to spoil it all now before I make the fucking video, because then if you're already watching this, then if I'm repeating everything I'm going to say, there's no point in making the next one. Now they're in, so fuck it. But yeah, so it's like drawing from imagination is increasingly harder than it is drawing from something that you can actually see from your own eyesight. I mean, I've talked about the whole premise of drawing and tracing and using your own eyesight when it comes to, like, drawing anything. I've talked about that previously, but drawing from your own imagination is infinitely harder, because I want you to do that right now. Like, pause the video, not now, obviously, after what I've said, and think of like a drawing in your head. Think of it as, like, being super detailed. It looks fucking great. You know, like every aspect of it has so much detail on it. Obviously, don't make it too over fucking designed. And then just think about it, and then think to yourself, can you actually pull that off? Most of the time, you'll think yes. Other times, well, to be honest, most of the time you'll think, no, I cannot. And when you think about that, and then when you actually go to like a piece of paper or your graphics tablet or whatever it may be, and you actually start drawing it, you realize, oh, wait, hang on. This isn't turning out quite as I expected or how I envisioned it to look. And the reason why that is when you think of an idea for a drawing in your head, it's you think about the finished look of it. Like, you think of how it looks in general, right? You're not focusing on all the small little details that you can see in your head when you look at the drawing. When the drawing that you have in your head that you've just imagined. Now, I hope you have. And you're not thinking about all the little details. Like, let's say there's like, as an example, let's say there's like a wooden pillar. Like actual fucking wood, varnished, sanded, everything. Think about how wood looks, like natural wood looks. That's kind of what I'm on about, is when you think of a complete drawing in your head, you're not thinking about those fine little details. I mean, if I were to ask you, think about what natural wood looks like, and then like look very closely at it, and like all the slight little details it has. All the lines, all the coloring, all the shading, so on and so forth. When you think of a drawing that's really fucking, like, really detailed in your mind, it's not actually going to look like that a lot of the time, because you're not thinking about all the little details that goes into it. In fact, a lot of artists, and this is not personally saying it like anybody specific. This is just from what I've seen. But a lot of artists do this little trick where instead of actually like going into so much detail and spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours into like doing a specific little thing, what they will do is they'll find a texture of it. Like they'll find like a like again, going back to wooden pillar here for a second. Like you would go and look for you go into Google Images and you'll search for obviously you'd search wood texture, like natural wood texture, like seamless wood texture. And what a lot of people would do, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, just listen to me out, hear me out first, is that they would take that texture and they would overlay it on the like the pillar that they've drawn, and they would change the properties of the layer to either multiply, overlay, screen, whatever it may be, or they may turn down the opacity of that specific layer, and then they may add some extra shading details on top of it or underneath it, and is that necessarily bad? Is that necessarily like cheating? To be honest, well, not really, because it's like a lot of people, when they make these really high quality pieces of artwork, sometimes they do use textures that they find. Like sometimes they use textures to kind of add that little bit of extra definition, so to speak. It's not, I know that sounds like, oh, you're just stealing a texture, but it's like you're just, you're being lazy with it. Not really. It's adding those fine little details that even if you're not capable of doing it, it can really help. And like I said, it can give you a much better understanding if you look at it, As I said, drawing from your own imagination is a lot harder than it is drawing from what you see. And if you can already see like a wooden texture or whatever, then there you go. You've got a general idea of how it looks then. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. I've seen people do it before, and it does make the drawing they're doing look so much better. So that's always a plus. But like I was saying, I've said this. I think I've said this in almost every fucking art video now. Is like with the one I'm going to be hopefully doing tomorrow is talking about how to draw. The one thing I've always said, the aspect of drawing is, constantly trying and constantly fucking up, because that's the whole point. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. The whole point is constantly doing it and constantly fucking it up, constantly failing and trying again, right? Because I spent about a month or two not drawing. Like, I didn't draw anything. I drew one thing in the past 2 months. And that was never a drawing I was ever going to, like, fully finalize. In fact, it was a drawing that I did particularly just to practice drawing muscle placement and shading on the human body, because I needed, obviously, a bit of practice with that, like drawing where the muscle placement particularly is and shading the muscles how they're supposed to look. Now, I spent, I don't know, about a month or two, like, with that single drawing, and going back and forth with it, doing multiple different shading styles. And then I think in the past week I've done like 2. Like, I've done this one, and there was another one that I did, which I'll probably put up on the screen right now, just briefly. And do you see kind of what I'm on about with the shading? Is that if you go back and look at my previous drawing, you'll notice that the shading style of that and that looks completely different. And that's just from practice. That's just from, like, looking at how it's supposed to be done and trying it again and again and again and again and again, and eventually, hopefully, getting it partially right. Because honestly, I can still do it better. That's the problem. That's always the problem that you get into. That's always the problem that's always the fucking mindset you get into, is I can do it better. And the answer to that is yes, you can. I know it sounds harsh, but it's true. You can do it better. Because that's the thing. If you limit yourself to, like, I can only draw this good, you're not going to get better at that point as well. That's another thing. So you got to keep trying to get better. Anyway, we're coming up the end now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, God, exactly at the time. Anyway, there's the finished drawing. That took 3 days. The other one I did took a week and 3 days. I don't know why. Like, how long it takes for me to do a drawing is bollocks, to be honest. Like, it can take me any amount of time, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. That's the finished one. And as I mentioned, if you want a piece of artwork, to be honest, I keep saying to be honest, stop it. If you want a piece of artwork done, I do them completely free of charge. For now. Again, specify for now. Things like that might change in the future. We'll have to see. But yeah, as of right now, I do them for free. More than available to do them. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, I'm sorry that I've been dead for about a month or two. Well, I was dead for a month, came back. Then I died again. Then I'm back again. But yeah, I'm back now. I'm not dead anymore. So I will be continuing with everything. Got fucking videos to make tomorrow, and then I'll continue with Pure in the Party. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I've been whoever the fuck I've been. This has been another fucking speed drawing video. I've been whoever the fuck I've been. And I'll see you all in the next video. Try your faces, my friends, and I'll see you all in the next fucking video, whenever the fuck that's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be very, very, very fucking soon. I should not do that.